Okay, so I thought I'd do a little video for those people who have a Boxster 986 and who've been through the whole axle replacement and all that's entailed. And there's a number of videos out there. I don't know that any of them are any good. I didn't do it, but I wanted to make a video of what I learned through the process because it wasn't pretty. The bottom line is I had to, at least in my hands, sorry that this is jerking around, I'm trying to tighten this. I had to actually take my other muffler off and loosen the suspension pieces low because I couldn't get enough swing to just to loosen the various bits and pieces, the control arm and the rear link. And so I ended up having to take all of that loose. And I learned an invaluable lesson that ended up causing this to happen. This was a perfectly good link. And this is what I ultimately had to do when I tried to tighten this out of sequence. The bushing was good, the whole 9 yards. So the first mistake I believe I made was I tightened this end first, back in position. I had scribed up here like you're supposed to for your, your camber and such. And but I think I should have left this loose because when I went to tighten this part, I had perfectly threaded the nut. You can see it's all boogered up now because I had to use a die grinder to cut it off. Not happy about that. But as you know, there's a TORX head, that little thing. And it's a T40. So it's pretty robust. And twice I went to tighten this back down at that end. And both times, about 2/3 of the way down, it just galled up. I mean, it just got like it's cross-threaded. And of course, you have to isolate the spherical part vis-a-vis that with an 18 mil wrench around it. And so I was surprised that I could generate enough strength, honestly, to basically gall it all together. The first time I was able to loosen it, and I actually took and I got my tap out and I retapped the nut. I thought, well, maybe I had a booger in there. So I retapped it. And then it just hadn't dawned on me that once you lock that part in place, it puts a lateral load here. And so the nut can't really come, the actual bolt itself cannot drop any more down into here because of the lateral pressure against it. So it basically just kind of galls down. And I ended up breaking 2 T40s. And then I decided, well, I got to take some, I really couldn't take heat to it because of the rubber. And then it just finally dawned me that I had to cut it off, which was just not what I wanted to do. And so here's what I'm thinking. I think you need to get this piece, 99% seated, not necessarily 99% tight, but you have to get most of it seated. And then you can start to you can tighten that. Because if you do that first and then this can only go down so far, and then it gets bound up. So anyway, that's the lesson for today. And I hope somebody learned a little something out of that. All right, have a good one. Bye.